Welcome to the shadowy, often hilarious theatre of unintended control. First act, the arsenal of the unconscious. These aren't diabolical schemes. They're survival tools, social conditioning, and sometimes just bad communication that got a PhD in passive aggression. 1. The fine fusion reactor. Where do you want to eat? I don't know. Wherever you want is fine. The word fine is said with the emotional texture of a tombstone. It's not permission, it's a test. Choose wrong and you dine in the chilling atmosphere of unspoken disappointment. The manipulation. It transfers the emotional labor and risk of decision-making entirely to him, while she retains veto power and moral high ground. He's not choosing a restaurant, he's defusing a bomb with a menu. 2. The comparative phantom. Sarah's husband planned a whole surprise weekend for their anniversary. The sentence just sort of hangs in the air, doesn't it? It's like a spectre of another man's achievements. Now, Mark isn't actually being asked to plan a weekend. What he's really being asked to do is battle and defeat the ghost of Sarah's husband, this perfect fictional construct. The manipulation here, whether intentional or not, sets an unattainable standard based on these external, curated glimpses, and honestly, it creates a perpetual state of deficit. 3. The tears of strategic inundation. So, a serious discussion about finances or chores, suddenly escalates. Logic is on the table, at least for a moment. Then, the tears come. Not fake ones, mind you, real ones. Tears of frustration, exhaustion, and just feeling unheard. And just like that, the battlefield completely changes. The issue, whether it's the budget or the dishes, just evaporates. Now, the only mission is stop the tears. He apologizes for making her cry, and the original point is utterly lost. The manipulation, which is utterly unintentional, is a sort of biological and emotional nuclear option that resets any argument to zero in her favor. Logic, well, it drowns in salt water. 4. The omniscient silence. Picture this. He comes home late from a legitimate work thing. The air in the house is colder than the fridge. She's quiet. Too quiet. What's wrong? Nothing. And so he spends the next 2 hours playing detective in his own life, reviewing every action of the past week, confessing to crimes he didn't commit. The silent treatment isn't just silence. It's a blank canvas onto which he projects his greatest insecurities and her unspoken accusations. She might just be processing a bad day at work, but well, he's already tried and sentenced himself. So, here we are in the second act. The case of the cancelled camping trip. Leo, well, he absolutely loved the mountains. The silent, indifferent pines, the cold that had nothing to do with mood. He'd been planning a solo camping trip for months, a proper 3-day reset. His wife, Elena, she supported it. Of course you need it, that's what she said, smiling. But as the date crept closer, the atmosphere, it thickened. Day 7. I was just thinking, the week you're gone is the same week the gutter guys are coming. And the dog's vet appointment. It's fine, I'll handle it. And there it is, Martyr's acceleration. Day 5, my mum said it's supposed to storm that week. Up in the mountains, doesn't sound safe, the phantom of external concern. Day 3. She became distant, affectionate, but quiet. When he packed his gear, she'd look at it with an expression of quiet sadness, as if he were packing to abandon her. Omniscient silence. Day 1. The climax. Over a tense dinner, he asked what was wrong. Nothing, she said. Then a single, perfect tear rolled down her cheek. She wiped it away, angry at herself. I'll miss you. And I'm worried. But go, it's fine. The fine fusion reactor combined with tears of strategic inundation. Leo felt the cold stone in his gut. The guilt was immense, total. His desire for solitude now felt like a selfish, destructive act against his loving, worried wife. He cancelled the trip. It's okay, it wasn't that important. She hugged him, genuinely relieved. Oh, thank you. We'll have a nice weekend here instead. She was relieved. She was worried. She never once said, don't go. She never intended to control him. but she broadcasted her anxiety on every frequency except the direct one. And he, trained to read those frequencies, to prioritize her emotional weather over his own map, surrendered. The mountains remained unvisited. The resentment, however, arrived right on schedule and took up permanent residence in the guest room of his mind. Third act. Why this isn't a villain origin story. So this isn't about painting women as puppet masters. Instead, it's about tracing the strings back to the cradle of culture. The social script, well, for generations, women's power was often indirect. Open confrontation could be dangerous or, socially ruinous. Influence was exercised through mood, suggestion, social pressure, and moral authority, the softer arts. These tactics are a cultural inheritance, not some kind of inherent malice. The empathy gap and weaponized care. Women are often socialized to be the emotional managers of relationships. They notice the sigh, the flicker of disappointment. When direct communication fails, or honestly just feels too risky, this managerial skill can morph into indirect control. I was just trying to get you to understand. The dark humor is her skill, empathy, becomes his punishment guilt. The dark humor lens. The humor is in the sheer, clumsy, tragicomic machinery of it all. It's a system error. She uses a tool from her kit, emotional expression, to fix a problem, which is his inaction. He, speaking a different emotional language, one of direct action, interprets it as an attack. Both feel controlled and misunderstood. It's a farce with real casualties. The unconscious bargain. Often she doesn't realize she's doing it because, well, it works. He complies, the mess is cleaned, the dinner reservation is made, peace is restored, at least superficially, the behavior is reinforced. She becomes a reluctant general of an army she didn't mean to raise. Welcome to the fourth act. The advanced arsenal. The architecture of reality. Welcome to where the real engineering happens. This is no longer about pulling strings. This is about designing the entire world in which those strings are the natural law. This is the architecture of reality. 1. The taxonomy of incompetence. He does the laundry. He mixes the colors. A red sock bleeds into the whites. She doesn't get angry. She gets amused. A patient, almost maternal smile. Oh, honey? No, she redoes it silently, efficiently. He cooks. She subtly re-seasons the dish. He assembles the IKEA furniture. She tightens the screws after he's gone to bed. He becomes the court jester of domesticity. His attempts at contribution are treated as endearing, bumbling experiments. The manipulation is a slow educational downgrade of his status from partner to project. It's not that he can't do it right, it's that his version of right is forever deemed the rough draft. The unspoken contract reads, "For me to feel needed, you must be slightly incompetent." He eventually stops trying, proving her indispensable. Checkmate, achieved with a sigh and a smile. 2. The emotional credit score. She has a terrible, stressful week. He is a saint, brings her tea, listens, handles all chores, gives her space. The following weekend, he wants to go out with his friends. Her face falls. After this week, I was hoping we could finally connect. The ledger is pulled out. His previous support was not a gift, it was a deposit. And now she's calling in the loan with emotional interest. It turns compassion into a transactional prison. Every act of kindness has an invisible IOU attached. The manipulation lies in the shifting goalposts of need. His goodness is weaponized against him. He starts to hesitate before being supportive. Will this obligate me later? Poisoning the well of spontaneous affection at its source. 3. The Oracle of Interpretation, Revisionist History. They have a painful argument. Later, during a reconciliation, she says, "The reason you were so angry wasn't really about the credit card bill, it was because you feel insecure about your career right now." She has reinterpreted his stated emotion and assigned him a truer, more profound one that he wasn't aware of. She becomes the archaeologist of his own psyche, digging past his words to the real trauma she's unearthed. The manipulation is an intellectual coup. It dismisses his lived experience and installs her as the supreme authority on his internal state. He can't argue. If he says, "No, I was just mad about the bill," he's in denial. He is no longer the author of his own emotions. He is merely the illiterate source material for her biography of him. 4. The strategic fragility. Any criticism, no matter how gently framed, causes her to crumble. "You're right, I'm just a terrible partner. I can't do anything right." The conversation instantly pivots from his legitimate grievance to, well, an emergency therapy session for her collapsing self-esteem. He spends the next hour building her back up, assuring her she's wonderful, apologizing for making her feel bad. It's a preemptive emotional strike. Her fragility is a fortress. To approach her with a complaint is to siege a castle made of tissue paper. The manipulation is so complete because it's rooted in a kernel of genuine insecurity, amplified to a defensive weapon. He learns to swallow every minor annoyance because the cost of expressing it is a nuclear-scale emotional cleanup. 5. The micro-calibration of normal. It's not just one thing, it's the 1,000 tiny adjustments to his personality, dressed up as concern. "You're not going to wear that, are you? Do you have to tell that joke? It's a bit much. Your friend Mike is so loud, isn't he? Exhausting." Slowly, his wardrobe, his humor, his social circle are pruned back, not by decree, but by 1,000 tiny winces, until his normal has been carefully recalibrated to fit perfectly within the borders of her comfort. This is manipulation as gardening. She is simply weeding, shaping, tending. The end result is a beautiful, harmonious topiary that used to be a wild, sprawling forest. He is happier, neater, more socially acceptable, and utterly unrecognizable to his old self. The ghost of who he was haunts the well-manicured lawn, confused.